Tropical Cyclone Luana is now moving inland across the Kimberley region of Western Australia after crossing the coast near Broome late Saturday. At the time of this forecast, the system remains a tropical cyclone but is already showing clear signs of weakening as it interacts with land. Maximum sustained winds are estimated near 105 km per h, close to the centre, though the wind field is beginning to contract and degrade due to increased surface friction and loss of oceanic heat input. The system is tracking generally southeast at around 10-15 kmh, guided by mid-level flow on the western side of a high-pressure ridge positioned over central and eastern Australia. Over the next 12 to 24 hours, Luana will continue moving inland through the Kimberley, with a gradual turn toward the south expected as the ridge strengthens and expands westward. This synoptic evolution will force the cyclone to recurve and track deep into the interior of Western Australia along the western flank of the ridge. Confidence is high that continued land interaction will lead to steady weakening, and Luana is expected to lose tropical cyclone characteristics within approximately 36 hours, transitioning into a vigorous ex-tropical low by late Sunday or early Monday. Although the damaging wind threat will steadily decrease, particularly after the system moves farther inland, hazardous conditions will persist in the short term. Gale force winds and locally damaging gusts will continue near the centre and in coastal and adjacent inland areas of the Kimberley through Saturday night before easing significantly on Sunday. Coastal marine conditions remain dangerous in the near term, with very large swells and rough seas along the West Kimberley coast gradually subsiding as the circulation shifts inland and weakens. The primary and most significant hazard associated with Luana will be rainfall. As the system moves southward, it will transport a deep plume of tropical moisture into the interior of Western Australia, resulting in a prolonged, multi-day heavy rainfall event. Forecast guidance indicates widespread rainfall totals of 100 to 200 millimetres along and east of the track from the Kimberley coast through interior districts, with locally higher amounts exceeding 300 millimetres possible in persistent rain bands, particularly to the east and southeast of the low's centre. Given the slow movement and broad moisture envelope, rainfall impacts are expected to extend well beyond the immediate cyclone track. These rainfall totals pose a serious risk of flash flooding, rapid creek and river rises, and longer-lasting riverine flooding across normally arid and semi-arid regions. Roads, remote communities, and infrastructure may be significantly impacted, with access issues likely to persist for several days after the system weakens. As the remnant low continues southward into midweek, rainfall may spread into southern interior districts and potentially toward the South Australian border, prolonging flooding concerns. In summary, Tropical Cyclone Luana will steadily weaken after landfall, with damaging winds becoming a diminishing threat within the next 24 hours. However, the system is expected to evolve into a slow-moving moisture-laden tropical low that brings a high-impact, long-duration rainfall and flooding event across large portions of inland Western Australia, making flooding the dominant hazard well after cyclone conditions have ended.